So I just put out Cellular Boombox, and it's going to be on all the major streaming platforms. And it has house, jungle, EDM, some progressive stuff that's kind of pushing the bleeding edge. There's quite a bit of heavy sound design. I came up with two unique concepts during this, which is the idea of gate matrix, which is essentially using the morphing concept to pull sounds out of other sounds and then creating the production aesthetic around that idea. So you're taking like morphing to the next level. Another one was mecha step, where you're gyrating and you're convulsing and you're jarring the rhythm to sound sort of like machinery, like a servo or just a machine in general, how they sort of has this spasm to where they're switching gears, and they don't care that this one's super fast and this one's just a switch of the gear. So anyways, there's quite a few different kinds of approaches to those sounds in this one. However, I do plan to do a Cellular Boombox 2 pretty soon because I have a bunch of ideas that I wanted to get to, but however, I wanted to put this out because it's driving me nuts having all these tracks just sitting on my hard drive doing nothing all this time. And plus, it's a lot of information to digest. These tracks will be great for DJs to be able to use, or music supervisors who need them for TV and whatnot. Feel free to contact me at any time if you need something like from any of my collections that I've released independently. Of course, also contact my publishers if you like some of the stuff I've done for them. But in the new Cellular Boombox, I'm going to try to feature sort of evolving rhythms based around the idea of groove shadow, where these ones are more traditional rhythms. They're very let's say developed, but they're not like totally far out there as you could do. I've been involved with making rhythms for a very long time, and so I really, for me, I feel like I've always just scratched the surface on so many things that I do because I realized, oh, I could do this, and I could do this, and I could do this. And so that's why this is like the best kind of music for me to make, because it's a free reign over this hybrid world of sound design and the traditional ways of doing things. And so I'm kind of compiling all the things that I've observed in my own unique way for this special idea. The idea Cellular Boombox is essentially coming from this concept of making a cell phone with very high-powered speakers, perhaps in a enclosed case, like the case itself has the high speakers, or a flip phone with larger speakers attached to it to give it a full-size look, but it's still a flip phone, but it has those larger speakers. It's just a concept that I thought would be very helpful to have for people who are really on the go but don't have to lug around these smaller speakers in addition to a phone, because you know how it is, you're carrying all these things and it gets to be so many things you can forget. So that's why the name Cellular Boombox was used in this. However, the initial title was just based around the idea of making a bunch of house tunes, but since the project transcended pretty quickly into more of a spectrum of material, I went with Cellular Boombox. And the initial title was C Beats. So anyways, I hope you can find something cool in this one, and I'm sure that there'll be some interesting things in there, to say the least. And I look forward to doing the next version of this, because once you do this kind of music, it's like you have to kind of commit to doing certain things while all these other things flood you simultaneously. That's the trickiest part of staying locked on target and not going too off on tangents too many times. So anyways, see you later.